The cocktail is an American invention, and when William Powell used to mix a drink, he made it look like something special.
A Manhattan, you shake to foxtrot time. A Bronx to two-step time. The dry martini, you always shake to waltz time.
Noble Experiment in San Diego is reviving the fine craft of making a mixed drink, and it's doing so in a unique way. The first thing you'll notice is that you have to send a text message in order to secure a reservation. Then, as David Clouden says, you have to find the place.
In the back of a certain restaurant, you walk in the back, past the restrooms, you'll see a freezer, you'll see a ladder and some old beer kegs stacked up here. So what you do is, hopefully you have a reservation, push on the beer kegs. This is the secret door. It's not that big a secret.
Now you're inside Noble Experiment.
When I came to Noble Experiment and saw what Anthony was trying to accomplish here, I was so relieved that there was a place that had this kind of attitude about the cocktail.
And that attitude is one of craftsmanship, because when done right, a cocktail can be a thing of beauty. Which brings us to something else that makes Noble Experiment unique: ice.
A cocktail should be very cold. This was really cold, like to the point where you could almost not touch it when I started. And it's still cold and good. I recognize when somebody passionately cares about something enough to do the research. And it was clear that somebody here had done their homework.
And that person is bartender and manager Anthony Schmidt.
You have to use incredibly good, hard, cold ice. So if you use cold draft ice, which they do here, and you use hand-cut ice, hand-cracked, then it won't melt as fast, it won't ruin the quality of the drink. So ice is very important.
This type of ice, and the reason why we purchased this ice is because it's crystal clear. There's no impurities. It's the same ice that they would use for ice sculpting.
Schmidt purchases 300 pounds of this ice every other week to use in what he calls spirit-forward presentations,
Where the spirit is by far the emphasis.
Each cube is hand-carved.
And I'm just working the corners off. Here's where I'm making a slight V. You can see most of our glassware has that V shape, so then it fits nice and neat. I have to be mindful that every block I use, every piece is, carefully shaped, and takes its time.
Time well spent, because ice can alter the quality of a drink. Schmidt uses a second, less clear kind of ice for drinks mixed in a shaker can.
Less air inside the ice means denser ice. So we can shake harder, we can stir a little bit longer, we can control temperature. I don't want to just start shaking right away, especially if I've just taken the ice out of the freezer. The ice is brittle, so after we've cut it and we're storing it, and we pull the ice right out, the ice would just shatter as soon as I would start shaking it. I really want it to keep its form. So I give it a quick warm up. And then I go into that pounding is the goal. And so I can't do that unless I have those perfectly fit ice cubes. Again, fit to design this. You can see it's fleeting. It won't be there forever. It's like you'll see me when I make a drink, I'll be anxious if someone doesn't sip right away. The froth on the top of the drink you can't compete with that presentation. It's the aroma that you get from your first sip is so memorable and so profound. It's what Harry Craddock in a classic cocktail manual claims as the laughter of the drink.
And it's the ice that lets him create that laughter and much more.
It gives us more flexibility with the presentation so that when all the drinks are finally on the tray, they're going to be right.
That pleases patrons like David Clouden, who want to savor their drinks.
By far the finest cocktail bar in San Diego, and probably one of the best in the country, if not the world.